you guys could only see behind the scenes, TikTok fam, you guys get to see the behind the scenes, all the little last minute details of getting this show together. This is our second live of the day. If you missed our Real Housewives of Atlanta live, you missed a whole lot of something. It was an hour and a half of really great conversation. And if you missed my interview with the fabulous four-time gold medalist and RHOA's newest housewife, Sonia Richards-Ross, fellow Jamaican as well. Be sure to check that out. Guys, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share this video as well. We are talking about the newest show on Bravo. You're welcome, Bravo. Run me my check. Joking. But yeah, Love Match Atlanta. This is only the second episode. The ratings for the first episode was in the 400,000, which I don't think is bad. You know, some people were like, oh, that's not good. I mean, it's still better than Watch What Happens Live. Still, just saying, that was not a bad start for them. I mean, they did have the beginning of Real Housewives of Atlanta to help boost their ratings. But I do think that this is a great show, especially for all the singles out there that are trying to get those free tips. I saw that the duo and Joseph was, they were on Watch What Happens Live this week with Kenya Moore and Matt James. And I felt like, I was like, wow, we got a lot of black girl magic, a lot of black magic going on in the Watch What Happens Live clubhouse. Kari says, I'm just saying, look, because people are so critical. People are so critical of Real Housewives of Atlanta. They're so critical of all these new shows. Love Match Atlanta is a new show. 400,000 watches. No one even, there's not even like there's anyone on this cast that people know. So for them to garner that amount of attention in their first episode, I was like, that's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. Yes, we know that the matchmaking duo, they've done other things, but if you're not in that world, if you're not watching TV like that, I didn't know who they were until this show, but people are watching, and I'm going to keep talking about it because I'm trying to help you guys not be single anymore. I love being single. Chocolate Chunks is not black magic. I know, as soon as I said it, it's all right. You know what I meant, Chocolate Chunks. You know what I meant. Guys, don't forget to like the video because liking this video also helps support this new show on Bravo, Love Match Atlanta. So like the video so that this will show up on other Bravo fans' algorithm. All right, so like the video, and Replay Crew, I always want to know what you guys have to say. And don't forget to vote in our poll. We already have almost 100 people in the building. I'm okay with 100. We had almost 2,000 during our RHOA, but this is a grower, not a shower. Oh, Lord, I'm okay with it. They will just miss out on our kiki and our laughs. Just saying. Okay. Before we get into my recap of Love Match Atlanta, I do have some Bravo related news. Can we just get into some Bravo related news first? You know, sometimes I don't get a chance to cover every single thing in Bravo or reality TV news, but I did have some news that broke over the weekend about Dorit, PK, and LVP. As you know, when Dorit was on Watch What Happens Live, she was asked whether or not LVP had reached out to her. Okay? And she said this.
Dorit, given how close you once were, did you hear from LVP at all after what happened?
No, not a word.
Thank you, virtual audience.
Not a word. LVP was like, who, what? LVP, and mind you, when this broke, it broke in the middle of the night. However, California time was like 9 o'clock. But for me, it was the middle of the night. I said, oh, LVP is activated. LVP. She dropped a couple of receipts. And I appreciate, because LVP will not be publicly shamed like that, because LVP, I do think, has a decent heart. Do I think she's a master manipulator? Yes, any good housewife is. Come on. But at this point, I don't want to see LVP return. I don't want to see her return. But she posted the receipts, okay? Oh, Lord. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know I try to do all the preparation beforehand, but brother can't do everything. So she took to her social media over the weekend, Lisa Vanderpump, for those who don't know, LVP. And she said, setting records straight. Wait, should I put on an English accent? Setting the record straight. Anyways, whatever. Of course, I reached out to PK. And yes, after accident, not a word from any of them. Because you remember, she got into that really terrible horse accident. She was like really banged up. She just got into heels. Oh my God. She says, and yes, after accident, not a word from any of them. But that's okay. I have pillars of support. You my accent right now. Okay, but let's look at the receipts. She posted her receipts. So she didn't just say that. She posted her receipts. She posted the receipts. LVP, damn LVP. Can we just take a look at the charge, at the battery life? But you know that's all of you too. This is all of you guys as well. Your battery life stays shaky, okay? She posted the receipts that she sent to them. And mind you, she said this was days later, but she sent a message. She said, "I'm so sorry to hear what transpired. Glad that you're all safe." So this is her text message to PK. So PK is taking to social media over the weekend. Okay, let me share my screen. PK took to over the weekend and is denying claims that LVP reached out to him. So he posted this photo and captioned it, "I have bought London's best team to help me locate the text that LVP apparently sent. We'll keep you all informed of their progress. Hashtag Real Housewives of Beverly Hills." It's the comments for me, though. It's the comments. This person, Jeffrey Stick, says, maybe they can find Dorit's accent, too. The internet will never fail. The internet will never fail. But it doesn't stop there. You guys are so great about linking me to other information. So the police report. Not the police report. Hold on. So they sent, you guys found the police report. Why are we just seeing this police report? Okay. Okay, the news release. Not the police report, but the news release. Let me just read this to you guys so I can, I guess I've reached that age. Let me blow this up because I can barely read it. Can you guys see it clearly? All right, it's all right. I'm going to read it to you. So this was on October 28th, 2021. Okay. We've already questioned Dorit about the validity of this home invasion. Look, we're going to continue to talk about that. This is her storyline for the season. All right. But she was asked on Watch What Happens Live whether or not Lisa Vanderpump had reached out to her. Lisa Vanderpump posted receipts. PK is saying that he's never received the text message. Not to say that you can't alter things, but I don't see why Lisa Vanderpump would do that at this point. So the Los Angeles Police Report. Let's take a look at this. Los Angeles. Detectives from the Los Angeles Police Department Robbery Homicide Division Robbery Special Section are seeking the public's help in providing any information that would lead to the identification and arrest of home invasion robbery suspects. On October 27th, 2021, at approximately 10:50 p.m., 3 suspects wearing dark hoodies broke into the victim's residence on blah, 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 whatever. The victim was in the residence at the time and was met by the suspects. The victim was in fear and complied with the suspects' demands by directing them to valuables. The suspects took bags, jewelry, and watches with a significant monetary loss and fled the location in a black truck. The suspects are described as 3 male blacks, 20 to 30 years of age, wearing black hoodies and dark pants. If anyone has tips, so they haven't found these people either, according to Dorit when she was on Watch What Happens Live. The investigation is ongoing, and anyone with any information regarding this incident is urged to contact detective, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Who cares? They have not discovered these folks yet. But didn't she mention a gun? They didn't mention the gun in this. Dorit, I think we're all going to be looking at you suspect. Days before this robbery even happened, before they even started filming, there were rumors on the street that Dorit was not going to be a housewife this season if she was going to return to the show. And just because you're filming doesn't mean that you're going to be a part of the show. They can edit you out. So the timing is suspicious. And for those that are wondering why Dorit was at Kyle's home and PK went to the house, well, Kyle was in the comment section and said the reason why Dorit and PK came to her house was because the kids did not know what happened. So they wanted everything to remain normal. And she did not want the kids to see mommy and daddy upset. Maybe. I have to say, I try to keep an open mind. You know I do. I love to twerk on the fence. I'm not twerking on this fence. Based off what we're seeing on the show, and as we said to you before, trauma, everyone deals with trauma very differently. But I have to say, it's not convincing. Not convincing at all. And it's not like PK and Dorit's behavior hasn't been suspicious. Just saying. All right. So before we get into our Love Match Atlanta recap, I have more Bravo news. I'm sorry, y'all. When I have all of this information, I have to get it out. Before we get into Love Match Atlanta. So I heard the rumors about Lenny from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills allegedly cheating. Apparently, this incident happened at a Miami nightclub where Lisa and Larsa, her road dog, if you've ever had a bestie and you're looking for your man, you can relate to this story. So I remember hearing this story, and I didn't report on it because honestly, Real Housewives of Miami, based on what we're hearing and seeing of them sharing, I liked Miami. We recapped Miami, but I told you, there was something missing this season, and I don't know if they have it for this next season, if it's everyone's the same as coming back. But they needed something this season, and apparently it's Lenny cheating on Lisa. And we love Lisa. But apparently they're filing for divorce. But before we get into that, before we get into the divorce, when the news broke that he was cheating and he was at some nightclub out in the open in public with some other woman, Lisa and Larsa showed up, her road dog. They were like, let's go. They show up at the club and they confront the woman and they confront Lenny. Lenny then told Page Six that there is no truth to that. He laughed at the rumor. Come to find out, Lenny speaking to Page Six today, confirming that he's divorcing Lisa. Divorcing Lisa. We love you, Lisa, though. Lisa's got a storyline for next season, though. Shante said, weehoo. Shut up. Look, shut up. I'm joking, obviously. Okay, let me just report to you what Page Six is reporting. Lenny is speaking to Page Six, and apparently Lisa did not know they were divorcing. Lisa did not know that they were divorcing. Ooh. So let me just get into quickly what Page Six is reporting. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're just getting you caught up on some Bravo news since we're talking about a Bravo show, Love Match Atlanta. So according to Page Six, Lisa and Lenny Hochstein are getting a divorce. They have 2 kids together. I was literally just rewatching their struggles to have a baby. So it's like you go through all of this and now the marriage is over. Marriage is over, despite them denying the Real Housewives of Miami breaking them up. This is what Lenny is telling Page Six. Lenny speaking to Page Six. Okay. The famed plastic surgeon told Page Six exclusively, the famed plastic, he's the boob doctor down there. So the famed plastic surgeon told Page Six exclusively Monday that he and the reality star are going their separate ways after 12 years of marriage. After, Page Six confirms, after initially denying it to Page Six. He says, Lisa and I are getting divorced. Okay. A few weeks ago, I denied this because I am trying my best to protect my family during this process. This is a very difficult time, and I would ask for some privacy so that we can best take care of our children who mean the world to us. Lenny, who's 55, also confirmed that Lenny! He also confirmed he's dating Austrian model Katharina Mazepa, but claimed none of this happened until after the decision was made to get divorced. He has yet to file for divorce from Lisa, who's 39, but told us they've already, quote, contemplated divorce for the last several years. You remember they had that little emotional affair that she talked about last season of The Real Housewives of Miami? He says, I tried my best to avoid it for the sake of our children, who we love deeply. We have been living separate lives for months and made the decision to divorce last month. It was after that decision was made that I started seeing Katharina. All right, Lenny. This is something that Lisa was well aware of before it happened. Our issues have nothing to do with the filming of the show. So he says that Lisa was fully aware. So you separated last month and all of a sudden you already got a boo thing. First of all, let me share my screen because we're going to see the boo thing. I love TikTok. TikTok is like a whole other world. Well, I don't love TikTok. You already know my issues with TikTok, but you know what I'm saying. I love the creators on TikTok that find the information for us. This video surfaced this morning and you guys were Googling and schmoogling and texting me in the texting community. Join our texting community at TextKempire.com so you can drop me tea. So this video came out. He didn't even want to hug up on her. Really, Lenny? So Lenny was doing damage control. It's like, we're getting a divorce. All right. Let me take that down. Let me share something else. Look, let me share something else because I know you guys are Googling and schmoogling. Who is this woman? Who is Katharina? Let me share my screen. Hold on. Let me bring up the other situation. Oh, Lord. Oh, my dishes are clean. Dishwasher's going on. All right. Let me share my screen again. We're going to get into Love Match Atlanta. Don't worry, y'all. But when we have important news to talk about, this is breaking news. Lenny and Lisa from The Real Housewives of Miami are getting divorced. Let me show you the new girl, though. The Australian model, Austrian import who lives in Miami, Katharina Mazepa. She's cute. I mean, clearly has a type. Okay. I mean, she's got a booty. And I didn't know they made them like that in Austria. I mean, she is in Miami. Did he do her boobs too? Is that how they met? She's beautiful, though. I'm not going to deny it. I mean, who would you rather? Okay, we won't do that. We won't do that. We won't do that. Lisa, we love you. She's gorgeous. How old is she? How old is she? Okay. All right. Let me continue with the story because the terrible part of this story is that Lisa is now reporting she had no idea about a divorce and she was very upset that he's been sharing all of this just like out in the public, all dirty, 25, 26. Thank you, Sheila. 20. So don't be surprised if she ends up having one of his babies. Remember, that was one of their struggles in their marriage, but then they ended up having these two babies. Omar, bye, Heather. look, bye, Heather. Okay, let me get back to the rest of this story. Because Lisa says that she was blindsided by this. And so Lisa and Lenny, of course, as you know, shared two children together. They shared that journey of the difficulty of her getting pregnant, and they end up using a surrogate. So meanwhile, A spokesperson for Lisa tells Page Six in a statement, with 2 young children involved, as a mom, I'm going to focus all of my energy and time on them. I'm blindsided by his behavior and reckless handling of the situation. A friend of Lisa also added, not a friend of Lisa, that she wasn't aware of any divorce. She isn't directly aware of any divorce talk. Is this Larsa? Who's the friend? She isn't directly aware of any divorce talk, but can assume the direction it's going. Can assume the direction it's going since he hasn't been hiding anything. She hasn't been served any papers, and she hasn't been aware that that's the case and is just focusing on her children. Do you guys believe that? Do you believe that? I mean, there was the story that her and Larsa showed up at the club ready to beat this girl down and confront Lenny. The friend added that Lisa was completely blindsided by his sudden change in behavior. She's devastated and disgusted that he would do this to his children. The way he's out flaunting it is gross. She's just shocked that in a heartbeat, he would just abandon his family. So according to Page Six, he said the divorce news comes after Page Six broke the story that Lisa had confronted her now estranged husband at the Miami hotspot gala, where he was partying with this new Austrian model, Katarina. All right. At the time, he denied it, but now he's confirming that Lisa and he are divorcing. He more than likely, this will be her storyline. As you know, they're in the middle of filming the current season of The Real Housewives of Miami. And look, it might be the best thing, though. First of all, Lisa, I'm sure you'll be fine in regards to the divorce. But now you also have a storyline, and maybe Real Housewives of Miami's next season won't be. And I enjoyed this season, but what I've been seeing online, I'm like, oh, they need to shake up this cast a little bit, just a little bit. Anyways, guys, let's get into our Love Match Atlanta recap. Let's get into that. Thank you all for being here. If you haven't already, I gave the late people an opportunity to get into the chat. Don't forget to like this video if you haven't liked it already. We will be live at 5:30 p.m. Eastern for our Love and Marriage recap, Love and Marriage DC recap. So I need to get off of here ASAP so that I can rewatch it. You know, I like to rewatch it. Okay, I like to rewatch it. But Love Match Atlanta. Let me open my notes. Hold on. Let me open my notes. Guys, where are we with the likes? Hold on. Let me close this out. I have way too many windows open. Okay, where are we with the likes? Let's get to 100 likes and I'll drop the call link so you guys can call in and share your thoughts or questions that you want to ask the matchmakers. So, as you know, last week's episode of Love Match Atlanta ended with Joseph's party and him announcing his own sort of matchmaking university with his girlfriend and partner, Paris. I don't like her, but I love her for TV. I'm just saying. Can we talk? So the matchmaking duo decides, oh, well, you know what? We're going to make an announcement too. So they get the mic and they make an announcement about their matchmaking service and their matchmaking university as well, Love Pro. But you may remember the issue between these two, or these three, I should say, or these four, technically, is that they believe after they gave him the idea of matchmaking, a VIP matchmaking service, he stole that idea. And we found out this week, he had the conversation with them, stole the idea, 2 weeks later, blocked them on social media, and started this matchmaking service. Mind you, he's not certified. I don't know what the certification is, but apparently there is a certification for matchmaking, which I can appreciate. You don't want just any old body matchmaking you. Apparently there is a certification, and I would not hire Joseph personally. I would not be hiring Joseph personally because I want to go to the person that's certified. But he has the app. And based off of what Joseph says in this episode about him, he's like, I really have no interest in matchmaking. You know who makes me interested in matchmaking? Paris. You think I'm going to go to your business because you have no interest in matchmaking? Which, look, you don't have to have an interest, but at least have a certified matchmaker that does have the interest. I think he's more of a tech guy because he has the app. But you really should have partnered with the matchmaking duo. That would have made smarter business sense. I don't know Paris's experience in matchmaking. I do know she's not certified. Oh, Jenna. Jenna, thank you for the super chat. Jenna says, my boss won't let me watch in peace. I liked. Be right back. Jenna, thank you. I love when you guys are watching in between work. We appreciate you. Even if you're listening. So if you're listening, shout out to you all listening and working. Okay. Not coming through with the Kenya Moore hair care. A mess. Okay, let's focus. So they make their announcement at his party, which I honestly, in all professionalism speaking wise, that wasn't cool. That wasn't cool, but it was great for TV that the matchmaking duo makes their announcement. But Joso doesn't like it, and he kicks them all out, including his friend Shae. I still love Shae. There's something about Shae's energy. It's just a sweet. I like her for the show. She's a good balance for all of everyone else. She's funny. I like her laugh, but he didn't like the fact that she laughed. And Lamont hit me up on Twitter. I rewatching the show. Oh, there goes Lamont. There goes Lamont. Lamont's here. When I was watching the show a second time, I said to myself, okay, well, I wasn't sure who Lamont was, but then hearing back, Shae confirms Lamont is a gay matchmaker. No, I don't need it, Lamont. I don't need you to matchmake me. But we would love to hear like your input on matching gay men, especially in Atlanta. Just saying. Just saying. Thank you, 811. 811 says she's working and listening. Appreciate that. So Lamont, we want to see more of Lamont because I want to see him matchmaking gay couples in Atlanta. But he helped Shae out with her client, Ashley, who also hit me up on Twitter. So she's open to a man that might be a little bit more fluid. Until he starts saying, hey, girl. Oh, let me be honest. If he had said, hey, girl, to me, look, 1 or 2 times, look, okay. But after every other word, you're like, yeah, girl. Even for me, I'm going to be like, no. I'm getting Anthony vibes from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Not for me. It works for some people, but I can understand where Ashley's like, well, first of all, we never talked about Ashley last week and her bringing out the whips and the vibrator. Why in the hell? I mean, that was great. That was a great moment for TV, but I just like, really, I hope Ashley finds good love. Ashley said on Twitter, though, that there was so much more to that date, more conversation that she wishes would have made air. I wish too, because I bet it was a good key. They went pole dancing together. I mean, I love the fact that she was even open to going with a bisexual man, because a lot of you heterosexual women would not date a bisexual man. Probably because they might call you, hey, girl. They might be like, hey, girl. He was cute, though. He was cute. Don't try and hook me up, Lamont. Nope. I already told you. You ain't gonna be hey girling me. And I'm busy. Ain't got time. And I'm in New York City, okay? Oh, anyways, Lamont's in the building. Shout out to Lamont. Lamont, I hope we get to see more of you and your clients. I didn't know that matchmaking was such a thing. I knew it was there. Why did it take so long for us to get a Love Match Atlanta? The $1 Million Matchmaker, she's been on for years. I mean, it's not on now, but you know what I'm saying. Why are we just getting this? Apparently people like it. Anyway, so I just realized that Lamont was the gay matchmaker. So that's who Shae was communicating with for her client, Ashley. It didn't work out, but I like the fact that we're also talking about mental health in this show. And I'm glad that we're talking more and more about mental health. And that's one of the things that they do. Well, at least the certified ones do. I don't know, Joseph. I wouldn't hire Joseph myself. However, he's great reality TV. He's great. He's great. He's great. I know. I've always heard this too, Ree. Ree says there's so many DL men in Atlanta that it's probably best that they at least be upfront with women. I mean, that's always been the word on the street. That's always been the word on the street. So, good luck, ladies. You guys need the matchmakers down there so they can do a background check. They do background checks, and you get some mental health. I like it. 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 Guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Love Match Atlanta. I actually really do enjoy the show because I feel like there are so many of you that are here that are single. So many of you that are single, which is fine. I'm single too. No shade. No shade by choice though. But I feel like you can learn a lot from this show. I really do. And I know the matchmaking duo was on Watch What Happens Live last night with Joseph, but they were also on the Tamron Hall show today. There's a lot of really great. I just saw this. Brooklyn said, just keep rubbing it again. I'm joking. I'm joking. You guys know you're not new here. I joke. I play. It's all right. Let's focus. Let's focus. Shae, I love you. I love your daughter. Your daughter is adorable. That girl, she was just like, did she know she was on camera? Because she was just so interesting and funny. But Shae, first of all, Shae has a 19-year-old and a 2-year-old. She had just ended an 8-year relationship, but she's a matchmaker. So she's like, I need someone to hook me up. It's not good for my business for me to be single. But we all understand in life, just because, it makes sense. As a matchmaker, you should be married, you should be in a relationship, whatever it may be. But I would understand if you were my matchmaker and you just recently got out of a relationship. Hold on. Black says, Kempire, my first live chat, and let me remind that his business partner is a former member of the app. In the words of Biggie, don't get high on your own supply. Yes. And remember, he activated his own account in order to flirt with her. Joseph is just problematic in so many different ways. So many different ways. And the ladies like to shade him. Is he one of those men in Atlanta that might be on the... This is the second week where they're shading him. Hey, Queen. He likes to say queen. So that's how I'm going to refer to all of you callers today. I'm going to refer to all the callers as, hey, queen. just today. Let me drop the call-in link. I do want to hear what you guys have to say. We're going to take some quick callers, and I'm going to continue talking about Love Match Atlanta, one of my new favorite shows to watch. I had to fit it in today. We will be live at 5:30 p.m. Eastern to recap Love and Marriage DC. Literally got to get off of here on time so that I can rewatch it. I need to rewatch it. Okay. Ree says he is a fraud. Keeps using queen because he dehumanizes women and he's sexist. He's all the things. But with that being said, he's great TV. Okay. So, Ming. Okay, Ming. Ming, I like her. I like Ming. But when Chicago Tana came out and was like, you over there mind your business about this. And she admitted it to her recruiter later. I know people were shading Ming for having a wedding dress business and a matchmaking business, but doesn't that make complete sense? On some level, she's in the business of love. So why not? Okay, you've matched this person. Well, guess what, ladies? I have a wedding dress business, maybe even a wedding planning business here for you. It made complete sense to me, even though they were shading her about it. It made complete sense to me. But when Tana told Ming to shut up, she was like, I shut up. I was surprised because honestly, Ming, what you should have did, you should have gotten activated and said, no, I think what you guys did just now was rude. Yeah, I don't know what happened between you guys, but he invited you to a mixer and you're being rude at his mixer. Paris and Joseph kicked them all out, and then Paris tried to come at Shae, and Shae was like, I am not the one with your little fake pearls, your little cheap pearls. Oh, Mufaro says, I am sold. Team Ming all day. See, Miss Nikki says that was a good idea. That's what I thought. It would have been completely different if it was like this other business that didn't make sense. It's just, her business is love. And a lot of these women want to get married. Now she can offer you a dress? Just saying. Just saying. Maybe a suit too? I mean, we need to get down to the whole, what is her business really? But we will get there. So throughout this episode, we also, one of the things that they mentioned last week, the matchmaking duo, was that the reason why they decided to start getting into matchmaking, especially for Black women, was because so many people told them to, no, Black women are too difficult to match and blah, blah, blah. So even the curriculum that they're putting together for this university is to help specifically Black women. And I love that. I love that. And I'm so glad they're talking about that on the show. I'm so glad they're talking about that. But they're also talking about their own struggles. Their own struggles. Kelly was talking about how at one point after getting out of marketing and sales, that, you know, she was poor. Her and her daughters were talking about, they all got teary-eyed. So we're getting the business, the internal issues of the business, and we're getting their personal stories and where they've come from. And now the matchmaking duo, they're booked up. It's hard to get them to help you, and they cost a lot of money. They cost a lot of money. That's why we're trying to get free tips from this show. But the matchmakers, they give you actual dates. They give you actual dates. All right, let me see what else that I want to talk about before we start taking some callers. Oh, how did I forget this? The most important thing, and poor Jessica. So a lot of you called in last week or in the comment section mentioned that Jessica was the viral sensation that called into the late Kevin Samuels show, where he pretty much says that because he said that she's average looking and that she was going to die alone. And then all of you shaded that deceased man. Just saying. So, you know, I had to go Google Schmoogle and look at the video, and he was, even when he wasn't necessarily being nasty, just the energy of the way that he spoke to people was just full of sarcasm and just elitism. I'm not going to shade the GoFundMe or anything like that, but I'm just saying. So, of course, people all around the world, that video alone has over 2 million views on Kevin Samuels' YouTube page. So she was on this show. They said that, you know, they reached out to her a year ago, Joseph and Paris, and they were working on getting her confidence up before she even started dating, because she said the amount of people that were shading her online or being mean to her online, she said at one point she had a disdain for Black men because of the amount of Black men that were in her comment section, just bringing her down and just talking so many derogatory things about her. But one of the great things about these matchmaking services, they don't just match you with someone. They prepare you for that. They give you a photo shoot. They're giving you counseling. I don't know about Joseph. They gave you a photo shoot. I don't know about the counseling part for Joseph. But they do all of this, and she looked great. She looked really, really good. But as you already know, it doesn't matter what you have on or what you look like if inside you feel not your best. So she spent the last year trying to get to a better place. And she says that she is in a better place. And I have to say, she was so charming when she was on the dates with the other folks. Anyone else? I was like, look, we know plenty of good looking people that go out and they just have no charm. They're not charismatic. They're very awkward, or they're nasty. You know what I mean? So for me, I was like, okay, I like seeing Jessica in this light. I'm glad they gave her a makeover. Because I'm not gonna lie, she needed to upgrade the look a little bit, and I was like, But I always say this to you guys. We talk about this all the time. There are so many good-looking people, whatever you define that as, that have the worst personalities. And if you're looking for something even short-term, but mostly long-term, looks is it's only going to carry you so far. It really is. It's only going to carry you so far. That's just my thoughts. Some of you, Kenny agrees. She was looking good. Mafaro says, yes, very charming and very beautiful. Jessica, I hope. Ooh, so I'm assuming we're going to see Jessica's journey on this show as well. I hope she finds love, even in Atlanta, because we already know. I want to ask Jessica how she feels about everything with Kevin Samuels. Like, you know what I mean? Anyways. All right. We have a couple people backstage who are just joining us. We're talking about the newest show on Bravo, Love Match Atlanta, which makes me think that we're going to see this become a franchise. We just got to get those ratings up. Even though I feel like the coming out the gate with 400,000, there's no star on your show. It's a whole new concept. I think they did pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. All right. So the duo meets up with Paris and Joseph, and first of all, they're confused. They're like, what is he doing here? Like, what is he doing here? I mean, what is she doing here? Not what is he? But I like Paris because Paris is not afraid to be, what's the word? Like, Paris is just, she's a little hostile when she doesn't need to be. I feel like her approach could be very different, and it's not. I feel like she comes across very like ready to fight. Like, no, you should be the peacemaker in this situation. But Joseph denies any. He says, I don't remember you mentioning this portion. Mind you, he ended up blocking them 2 weeks after meeting with them. How many years ago? But he basically tells on himself because I started calling myself a matchmaker in 2013. They're like, all right, if you do the math, 2013 is 2021 when they're filming this. That's 8 years ago. That's when we met. Right. Mafaro says Paris is gangsta. Yeah. IB says she gets in the mix. She really does. Hold on. Let me just see what you guys are saying. All right. Let me get to the callers, guys. If Cynthia, I try to lean away from calling, especially Black women, aggressive, but sometimes that's the only adjective for this particular situation when these particular situations come up. But Miss Brooklyn says, no, she's sticking up for her man. She's sticking up for her man. Look, maybe, guys, if you haven't already, support the channel by getting your own coldest water bottle. But they don't just have water bottles on coldest.com. They have things for your pets. They have pillows. They have beds for your pets, but they have ice packs, all kinds of things for your coffee. Be sure to check them out. All kinds of colors, sizes. Head on over to coldest.com, but don't forget to use the discount code KEMP, KEMP10 for 10% off of your order. All right, let's get to these callers because, like I said, I got to get out of here because I need to rewatch Love and Marriage DC and then come back live at 5:30 to talk about it with you guys. All right, Monique, speaking of DC, Monique, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Monique? Monique, you're muted. Monique, you're muted. Monique, did you step away?
Oh my gosh. Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh my, I'm the first person. Oh my
Yep.
God. Honey, I'm over here typing my little article. Sidebar. I'm a writer for the Jasmine brand. So some of the tea that y'all be seeing, I be writing it. So look out for my name, Monique Nicole. Yes.
I love it. Thank you first of all, thank you and the Jasmine brand for always being one of our sources to cite.
Oh my gosh, I love you. I'm such a big fan of yours. And I'm always watching you on the recap. I never get to watch you live. So
I love when you guys do that,
yeah.
when you see that.
I'm working. I'm trying to get in trouble. But anyway,
Nope. Okay.
Anyway, just real quick. Last night was actually the first time that I watched the show.
Mm-hmm.
I missed the premiere, so I have to go back. But it was it's like a really refreshing show. I love it. It's very different. It's a different dynamic than what we're used to seeing. And to your point, I didn't know matchmaking was that, lucrative and that popular.
Yeah.
But I love to see it. And I love that our people, are behind that. That's really good. Atlanta, I live in Atlanta, so I can speak to it. It's a difficult city to date. I know everyone says that, but we have
It's
a lot
real.
to deal with. We have a lot to deal with, honey. And
Ooh.
the undercover brother thing, that is something
Still in 2022.
Still.
I need to talk to Lamont about this.
It's still an issue. Thankfully, I have never dealt with it, but I've heard things, I've witnessed things, so it's true. But
Ralph?
I love the show.
Look, Ralph.
Sorry, what?
Look, Ralph from RHOA. No, I'm joking.
Listen, I'm gonna leave that one right there. But what was I gonna say? I'm so sorry. Okay, Paris. I agree. She's very about it. I just feel like, there's levels to it. I understand defending your man. I get that, but there's just a way to go about it. And I feel like if you see that your man is trying to diffuse the situation, don't add on to it. You know what I mean? Try to also do your best at keeping it cordial. You don't have to be besties with them, but follow his lead a little bit. Why are you trying to get crunk with, it was just a lot, but
he didn't stop her though.
Huh?
He didn't stop her.
He didn't. And I do not like to speculate about people's sexuality. I have to say, I do think that's something that we do in the Black community when it comes to Black men. I don't like it. I don't like to just, assume someone's gay or, I don't really like that.
Yeah.
But my eyebrows are raised a little bit with, what's his name?
Okay,
I'm still learning these people. Yeah. My eyes are, I'm just,
and it's
but I don't want to put that out there. And it's Atlanta, and he's got a little sass to it, and it's not because he's stylish. It's just, so we'll see.
Okay.
But I've talked long enough, but yes, I'm enjoying the show. I'm glad that you're, recapping it and reviewing it, and I will be here for the ride.
Thank you so much, Monique. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. In my opinion, I saw you called in. I know I had you guys waiting backstage too long, but Kari, Kari, I saw your face. Kari, I'm gonna bring you up. What's going on, Kari? Kari. Okay, thoughts?
I'm sorry. Hold on. I didn't expect you to see that. So I want to start off by saying, I don't know that guy. I can't remember the guy's name, but the dude that started the app, it's very much
Joseph.
You starting an app just so you can find people to date, because I just think it's super, super inappropriate for you to be swiping right on your own consumers. Like, I don't care.
Activating your account just so you can do that.
Yeah, like that's it's giving that you couldn't talk to women in real life, so you created an app to sort of prey on them. Paris is very about it and very ratchet. I know you guys don't want to use those type of terms when associated with Black women, but I call a white woman ratchet. So what
color point? Look,
if you ratchet, you is ratchet. If you acting ghetto, you acting ghetto. I am a bi woman that dates bi men, but I only date bi men that masculine bi men, because I am attracted to masculinity, and when it comes to feminine women, I only date feminine women. And it's more so for me, and I think a lot of bi women have this mindset. Some of them are just biphobic, but it's I don't know whether or not you're still teetering on the edge of coming out when it comes to some bi men, and that's why I'm hesitant towards dating bi men, but I still date them. If that it's I'm scared. It's I don't that's what it is, but it's I'll still date you, but I'm hesitant because it's all right, because I know for me, when I was coming up, I came out when I was a teenager. I was do I like girls? Do I just like girls? But I also like guys. So it took me a minute to realize that no, girl, you just like boys and girls. So when it comes to bi women, I'm scared of dating bi women too, bi people in general. So there is biphobia out there, but it's also are you sure this is what you want? Are you sure?
There's always that little fear that, it's a moment for you and you're not really fully.
Yes, because I know this is who I am. I've been this way since I was a teenager. I've always been out. When you are just now stepping into your sexuality, I don't know if this is a game for you. Like it's like that fear. And another thing, I love to see that there are Black women that are using these dating sites, because I always thought that white people were the ones that were using love matches, like, you know, using matchmakers. I love to see that it's Black women doing that too, because you got to find love wherever you can get it, as long as it's healthy, baby girl. As long as it's healthy. So that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Kari, for calling and then sharing so much. Kari, you keep calling in. Okay.
At 30.
Yeah. What?
You shade me for being single, Kempire.
What? I don't know what you said, Kari. I'm playing.
It's gonna be me and you. It's gonna be me and you, Kempire.
No, I'm single too. I'm trying to help you guys out with this. This is my mission with our Love Match Atlanta recaps, is to help all the single people, men and women, that are watching with great tips. And I think what you just shared in regards to dating bisexual people was also very helpful.
I love that it's so many Black people in the chat, because I want Black women to be out here looking for healthy love, and because I don't want us to be Tishas, I don't want us to be Drews, I don't want us to be out here being deluded in these relationships with these men that ain't really treating us right. Like, if you need you to go jump in the swirl lane, jump in the swirl lane. You heard what she said. Black men were bashing her, and now she's hesitant towards dating other Black men. That makes sense. Girl, go get you a Puerto Rican poppy. I don't care.
All right, Kari, thank you so much for calling in. All right. Chocolate Chip says, Kempire, help yourself. I don't need help. I'm not looking. I'm busy. I'm really busy. I mean, at one point when it does happen, y'all won't even know. Y'all see the wedding pictures on Instagram and you'll be like, he got married. All right. Let me see. In my opinion, is going to be our last caller, just because I need to rewatch Love and Marriage. Love and Marriage DC before our recap at 5:30. So let me bring up In My Opinion. In my opinion, are you looking for love? In my opinion,
no, I'm married. I've been married for 12 years, but
congrats.
no, this is the thing. I watched this episode, and it was really something that they showed how the girl, you know, was being bashed on the internet. Because this is the thing. I really hope that they did give her counseling and therapy, because that does tear away at you. You know, people just constantly saying stuff about you, or, you know, how you look, or you're not worthy. All that will tear away at you. And the one thing I want our Blacks, I want women, period. Whether you Black, Puerto Rican, white, whatever you are, green, yellow, blue, I want women to know that you are the strongest thing walking out here. Like, without women, no babies could come here. Okay? So we don't have to set ourselves on the standard. We set the standard. You don't let no man tell you, no woman tell you, nobody tell you how great you are. You should be looking at yourself in the mirror every day and saying, I'm a wonderful, just the way I am, only because God shined his light on me.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's so much in this world where men bash women, women bashing women. It's, when do we get to the point where we love each other? You know what I'm saying? And love ourselves. Yes, everybody's different and everybody looks different, but you're special to somebody. It may not be everybody's cup of tea, but you're special to somebody.
Yeah. Amen. In my opinion, as always, and in my opinion, every time I ask her how she's doing, she always says, I'm blessed. And those words that follow I am are so important. So thank you for that. In my opinion, have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Kempire. You always bring that light, you know.
And I'm sure I'll see you at our
cute dimples.
Wait, again? And I'm sure I will see you at our Love and Marriage DC. Not that you have to come, but I'm sure I will see you.
No, I'm going to be there, you know. Gotta shade the girls.
All right. In my opinion, thank you so much for calling in.
Have a good one.
You too. All right, guys. Here are my final thoughts, and I have to go because I need to rewatch it. You know, I like to rewatch these shows a couple of times before I recap them. Love and Marriage DC recap at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Set your reminders. The link is already available. We're going to be talking all about this new show from Carlos King. But here are my final thoughts on Love Match Atlanta. All of what the callers were saying, what you guys have been saying in the live chat. I love that we have this show. I don't think a lot of people even knew that there were Black matchmakers out there. So I'm sure their business is about to go up too. And I like the show because we're getting a good, healthy balance of business competitiveness, and we're getting, you know, side stories, their personal stories. So I'm enjoying it. This was a good, solid second episode. It will be interesting to see what the rest of the season will bring. Stay tuned. If you enjoy content like this, be sure to like the video. Be sure to follow us here. We will more than likely, I'm thinking I might move Love Match Atlanta recaps on Sunday nights like we did Candy and the Gang. But you guys will let me know if this, because it's just Mondays, it's a little too much. All of this stuff, all these lives at the same time. We will figure it out. We will figure it out. But, last night we were busy. Thank you all for being here. Have a great rest of your evening. I will see you guys at 5:30. Thank you to all of you. And based on the ratings, you guys rated this episode between 7 and 10 with almost 200 votes, with 65% of the vote going to rating this episode between 7 and 10. That's amazing. That's amazing. So I'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. Let's get out of here.